Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Sheila.
That
I'm
princess wave.
the
Like
royal
I
way.
think I'm a
Oh,
princess or something.
yeah. Oh, welcome, welcome. So I'm Terry holding your space, and this is, of course, Celtic Tarot Sheila with us today. And we're so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome. Hey, Annie Bear, how are you? Viviani, nice to see you. Um, and I wanted to ask you a few questions, then maybe we'll do some readings if that's okay.
Yeah, somebody right here says no political remote view on planetary grid, please.
Oh, I love that too, Annie. Yeah, yeah,
Actually,
definitely.
if you want to sit through me doing a remote, I'll be more than happy to do so.
I love that. I remember, yeah, yeah, I love your remotes. They're amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, they're incredible. So, first off, thanks so much for being here. So, we're really excited to have you here. I've admired you for a long time.
Oh,
And
honey, it's an honor to be on your channel. It's
oh,
always an honor to be invited to somebody else's space.
well, you were so kind-hearted and you replied right away and you were like, "Sure." And I'm like, "What?"
Sometimes I'm on my phone, sometimes I'm not.
Oh, it was perfect timing for us. So, and you've got this great energy about you of the divine feminine
Oh, thank
and
you.
that, kind of mountain mama personification is what I get, like, with the beautiful energy of the planets, and the mountains have such a high energy level anyway.
They do.
So, yeah, we definitely feel that around you. So, did you grow up there or were you,
I was an Army brat. So that means I was born on Fort Riley, or Fort Carson, right here. And then through a whole bunch of this, I went to Germany, ended up in Kansas. A lot of my family, my siblings stayed here. So I was born here. And so once I got an adult and figured out that I can't stand Kansas, I moved back to Colorado. So,
love it. I
but
love it.
yeah.
And are you, so when you were a child, did you have spirit coming to you or what was your
Well, here's the thing.
background?
I was raised Mormon, okay? So
Oh,
there was no
okay.
talk of spirit. There was no talk of anything other than what Mormon, parents do to Mormon children. And I did not know what was happening to me. I didn't know that I could feel my father coming home, and we all knew my stepfather, who was very abusive. I didn't know that that feeling of knowing him coming home and getting my siblings and taking them out of the way and stuff like that was metaphysical. I didn't know that when you walked up to another human being, and I already knew what you felt, and then sometimes I even got your thoughts. I thought everybody did that, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's telling me that little Sheila is special. There's nobody out there, promoting that inside of me. I just literally thought that everything was normal. And so it's after I had I grew up, had my own children. I had a sister that my second oldest sister who was into tarot cards. It was like a secret, like going into the back alley, like shh, right?
Yeah.
And she showed me tarot cards, and the first time I ever held tarot cards, I knew that's where I was supposed to be. And from that, I started to learn a lot more. I just it was like learn a fire hose. Everything I wanted to learn. I started off in palmistry, muscle testing, um, pendulum, tarot cards, the energy reading. Like I can touch your body, and I could, because of muscle testing, I can touch your body and read your body and figure out things like that. So very hands on. And I kind of slowed down for a little while because I raised children, got a divorce, single mom, blah, 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 everybody's story, right? And so it was around when I married my last husband, my late husband. And when he died, everything just came crashing down. Like, get back to your roots, Get back to who you are. Get back to the metaphysical life. And if it wasn't for this life and this way of life, I would never have survived. And doing spiritual energy work inside, and I did a lot of healing and energy work before I met my late husband. So I went into that marriage very enlightened-ish. You know how we are.
Sure.
There's a lot more to go. But anyways, and so that was probably the only reason why I survived his death as well, is because of that and healing and all of that I had done. But anyways, so it's not, my family did not support me. In fact, they did not like it. They consider it the devil's work. I mean, you talk to my brother, who's still in a church. I don't know if it's a Mormon church, but a church. I went to go visit him for Thanksgiving, and he literally told me, Sheila, I don't want you to bring any of that devil stuff with you.
Oh.
I don't want you to show any of that to my children. So I had boundaries that I had to follow when I even to go visit him and that. So anyway, that may have been a lot more than you bargained for in the conversation.
No, it's actually it's quite similar. Well, except for the Army and the Mormon stuff, to my situation. When my husband passed, I'd had a history of metaphysics and spirit and readings and things, and then after he passed, immediately, like a year later, I just dove back in. And I love that curiosity and being able to find joy again through that.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. And we talk a lot about, we do meditation in the mornings and on the channel, Monday through Friday. And we talk a lot about that, being able to trust and be vulnerable. And that's so hard after you've been through grief or trauma of any kind. So I guess my question is, how are you able to do that?
Which part? With the grief or the trauma or all of the above?
All of the above, really, because I think that trust and vulnerability is such a key piece to moving on and being in spirit.
Right. So I'm sorry, I was on my phone because my children were asking me to pick up my granddaughter, and they're like, yes or no? So I'm so
bless
sorry.
them. No, it's okay.
I'm a Gemini. I can do both. I promise you. Okay, so
my daughter's a Gemini. I know that.
There's one girl that's right here. I promise you that. Okay, now they're both showing up, so we're gonna get double the energy. So, anyways, let's see.
If you want to answer it, you don't have to.
You want to know, like, how did I get through that? How did I?
Yeah, how were you able to open up again? Because I think it takes some vulnerability to be able to go into spirit and be able to move forward with working with energy and light. You're really opening yourself up.
So here's what I knew from the get-go. Before going into that marriage, there's one thing that my healing, the message gave to me, the healing gave to me, is the only source of truth in my life has always been source and energy. It's never lied to me. It's never made me feel bad about myself. It's never tried to manipulate me. It's always this constant glow of light that is there for you to experience or not to experience, but it does nothing. Like it does nothing to manipulate me to come forward, right? So I knew that there was that, and that was created inside of me through healing. I can't stress that enough. You can't go from trauma, pain. I'm enlightened. It's just almost near impossible. Healing, especially for this girl, had to happen prior to getting to the other side. So I had that going into the marriage. And so with knowing that part, all of at the end where he had died and the trauma happened, there was a core belief that came about from the healing that said, this is not about you. This has nothing to do with you. This is his journey, his body, his spirit, his stuff, right? And I didn't force it. I didn't like draw it from a like searching through my pile of stuff to find the answer. It just dropped in. And that one moment, and I knew that I learned this lesson a long time ago, but once that, and it dropped in. So once I knew that, so I knew that I needed to separate myself. My stuff was loss. My stuff was I didn't want him to go. My stuff was just missing him in the relationship and all of that. But it didn't supersede his journey. You see, I didn't make it about me. I shortly after, and I just don't know how else to explain it, but shortly after, the acceptance level on because of that knowing came soon. I still grieve, and it's not like I grieve like I did from the first day. It's just that I wish he was here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't make it about me. And that was one of the best things that I think I did. I taught my children this and everybody that was around me that kind of went through that and accepted his journey, right? We are so often, especially wives, we're taught to, to control your husband, right? Or, whatever that is that they try to teach us. Yeah. And instead of supporting him, no matter what his decisions were, you see, he committed suicide through PTSD because he had went to war twice. So this is something that maybe I needed to put in there. And I had to support his decisions, even if it wasn't mine. And that came through as well. It's like, I am his wife. I support every single decision that he has ever made. Good, right, wrong, better, different, horrible, right? He wasn't an abusive man or anything like that. Treated us all well. He was kind. He was loving. But even in death, I remember sitting in front of his tombstone when it was all said and done. A long story. Anyways, sitting there going, I support you and I love you, even beyond. And I'm still that wife that I signed up for. I mean, I literally signed on the dotted line to be that. Yeah. So anyways, I don't know if that answers your question, but I'm not sure I did anything other than follow my intuition for healing and doing the work prior to getting married. And while I was married, of course. I mean, marriage will challenge your control mode any day of the week.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? I think that's beautiful, Sheila, because you looked at it with awareness.
Yes.
I mean, you were able to look at it with awareness of this is the situation. I see it. I feel it, which is huge. You didn't stuff your feelings, and then you not moved on necessarily, but we're still able to be you and your authentic self instead of giving over to that pain body.
Right. The interesting thing that you just said, moving on. Now, I examined that moving on thing because a lot of people like, how long has he been dead? He's 13 years. And they're all like, oh, haven't you gotten over it yet? That kind of a thing. They do that.
Sure.
And I remember going, that's very interesting about moving on. I think I moved through it.
Right.
I didn't move on. I didn't stay put, but I moved through it. And when I was moving through it, there's a lot of gifts and messages going through that, as much as it was trying to shed it. And I'm not going to shed it. It's a part of me. It is in my experience. I received a lot from it. So I didn't want to, like, moving on means that I'm going to leave my gifts at the altar, and I don't want to do that. So I move with it. It's with me. And it gets better. So if the pain evolves into a higher conversation every time I revisit it. Does that make any sense?
It makes perfect sense. Yeah. Yeah. I do a lot of that too. And I feel like I've got a place in my home that I go to if I feel grief, or if I feel that missing, that longing. And I go there and I relax, and I've got, I can go in there and watch TV and laugh, or I can go in there and cry on the sofa. But the more I gave myself that tool, the less I needed it. Because I was
Yeah.
like, hello, old friend. How are you, grief? I've seen you before. I know this. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that awareness. So, or
I
that
think
dance.
one of the biggest lessons I think I heard, I thought, because when going into it, I thought I could just, meditate grief away.
Right?
I could just think it away. Just Sheila, just wake up and have this wonderful affirmation, and you will not feel grief at all. And that was BS.
It is. Yeah.
Grief is not optional.
Right.
And that was one of the biggest things. And if grief is not optional, then neither is a lot of things that we go through and we do, like anger. I can just wish my anger away, or I can look at it. Why am I angry? Get some truth, get some preparedness, get some tools behind the reason why I'm angry at so-and-so, or this, that, and the other. So anger is not an option. It is mandatory for you to be angry. Everybody's been angry in their life. Apparently, it is mandatory for us to feel this way. It is literally looking at it with a higher vibration is the reason why I feel angry or petty or whatever the feeling is that comes through. And you're right. The more I looked at it, the less I needed it. The more I looked at it, the less I felt it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. So I love that. And plus that you were familiar with energy.
Yes.
And that's huge, because that energy comes in. And I think a lot of people, especially in our culture, stuff that energy instead of, and energy never stops. It's always in motion. So we get stuck, right? When we stuff it. So keeping it rotating, keeping it energized and moving, that's huge.
Very true.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so sorry about your husband, by the way. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Apparently we were on the same journey. You know what I mean? We were meant to do it. The story behind him and I meeting and getting married and everything fell into place. It's like playing, Tetris, and all of the pieces just fit into place. So I knew divinely I was supposed to be with him, from divine orchestration. I knew it from the get-go. I just didn't know exactly why.
Yeah. Yeah. That's huge. Oh, Sonia says, yes, it's been 12 years since I guess it's her husband passed. Watched OTTO last night and resonated. What an example. You're so right. Thank you both. So you're welcome, dear. And Nerva says, wow, I needed to hear this today, doing an emotional cleanse on Saturday to finish with mine. Yeah. And it does keep going on, doesn't it?
Yes. Well, I did something just recently. I wanted to. Did you have other questions before I
Oh
go into
no,
this?
go ahead. Go
Okay.
on. Yeah.
So here's the kind of like almost the near to the final chapters. Okay. So I go into a sweat lodge that I've been invited to from a native person. And in this sweat lodge, they have lava rocks that go in. They're called the grandfathers. I'm not going to tell the whole thing, but once they are done, the rocks that are completed and done, we as a community get to grab the ones that have been in ceremony. And there was a whole bunch of little tiny ones, and I grabbed all these little tiny ones and a few big ones to put around my yard, but these little ones. So as they were in ceremony, and I knew what I wanted to do with them. I wanted to take them with me, and when I went to see my husband's gravestone in Arlington Cemetery, I left a lava rock on top of his tombstone, And as I left it there, I was like, I'm going to leave the grief and all of this, and I'm going to leave this here. All of this stays right here in this space with you while you're on the other side, with able to connect with the divine. I want you to take this energy with you to heal it. And I asked my husband for that, and I left that stone there. I'm like, I'm leaving it all here. And I did that in Kansas. I went to Kansas and I put it in some spots that were like troublesome and this, that, and the other, and things like that. And I just kind of left like 7 or 8 little tiny lava rocks pretty much all over the country. But and I left it there. I'm like, I'm leaving this all here. This stays here. The energy stays here. The problems, the thoughts, the whatever stays there. And it's been the afterwards of this has been where my memory of him is of love, not of grief. My thoughts of him are of love, not of grief. Usually the grief and the love were together, and the grief has fallen away. And that was just something that I did. I don't know if that would work for everybody else, but it was just an idea that I had, that because of these lava rocks that had been in ceremony, and they're charged with all prayers and things like that have been in there. And I just felt that would have been a good ceremony for me to do, and it worked. So there's that too. It's falling. Love is there. The grief, pain, all of that, this that keeps anybody from doing anything, it's gone.
That's
so
beautiful.
There's that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's beautiful. Yeah, Kali Healer says, I don't think grief ever really fully heals, right? There's always a piece of it that you see, but holding it.
That's what I wanted to do. It's like, I want it to be gone. I don't believe that there is no such thing as 100% healing. And that was my challenge for it, right? Was like, I believe that I can. I believe that I can move forward without it. Why can't we? I'm not chained to that. You see, kind of what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I love that. Well, yeah, because we're all mini creators, right?
Right. If I believe that spirit can heal you, why can't spirit do that?
Yeah.
And that was my thought process. And I'm like, no, I'm ready for it to be gone. I don't have to feel grief to hold on. So anyways, I understand the theory, because I truly believed it too, that it really goes, well, I want it to go all the way. So
good for you. I'm going to take it. I'm going to put that on my list.
Done is done, right? Done is done.
Yeah.
It wasn't my decision that he left. So I should not have to feel grief and that pain forever. That's my thought too.
Yeah, I love that. So what brings you joy?
What brings me joy? My grandchildren bring me the most joy.
Oh.
Under that is my dogs. Where is it, dog? No, it's children. Children, dogs, my children, of course, bring me the most joy. I could lose everything in life, car, job, house. And if I was out in the wilderness with a tent that I made out of bark, as long as I had my dogs and my grandchildren and my children, that's enough for me. Truly is enough for me. And I have a whole other list, I love gardening. I love growing my own food, knowing exactly where it came from, what was put into it, all of that, and just eating that. That is so much joy in that. So
I've seen some of your videos on that. And we were kind of talking about that before the show, is you have this divine feminine mountain mama energy that's just so bountiful and beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
Not to
Sonia,
put a commercial in there, but I just found that, that bar soap for shampoo and that bar conditioner. I use it. I love it.
what's it called?
Viori, Viorvi. I'll have to look it up on
Okay.
in my Amazon. Viori. I'm not being paid to do this, but I just wanted to pass that on that I've used it and I love it.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Viori, and it works beautifully. I thought I got it just to try it. Viori, the
Okay.
shampoo bar and the conditioner. Viori.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna
Yeah.
look that up because that's so much better for the environment, isn't
So
it?
much. You don't have no plastic bottle. The zero waste because the bar helps you use exactly what you need that day for your hair. There's no
Yeah,
extras. There's
yeah.
no dripping down. There's no little bit at the bottom of the bottle. The plastic's not there. Oh yeah. So anyways, okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, I love that, and you've got the best hair on YouTube too,
Well, I have to
so
put gel on it afterwards just to control it. But yeah, but the
yeah.
shampoo is to put it out there is great.
Oh, it looks amazing. Sonia says, "When I released his ashes in water, like in the cocoa stones, appeared one by one with huge eyes looking right at me and my daughters. They kept me for a bit, like we're here for him. Or they kept
Fantastic.
coming for a bit. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
beautiful, Sonia.
And I
Beautiful.
don't think our loved ones wants us to have pain forever.
Mm-mm.
I don't believe that for one moment that they want us to be in pain over their death. They want it to be gone as much as we do, right?
Right? Yeah, yeah. My husband kept coming around for a long time.
Oh yeah, mine still does.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a Virgo. He irritates the crap out of me sometimes.
Mine's a Leo.
I love Virgos. Don't get me wrong. I married one, but he was cleaner than I was. That was almost impossible, but he was. He was cleaner than I was. Like,
Oh, yeah. John was definitely cleaner than I was.
woo!
Oh, I love it. So, when you bring in spirit, what does it look like? Like, do you hear it? Do you see it? What does it feel like?
So spirit is with me 100% of the time. So I don't bring in or let go. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we get these conversations. Like, I'm a Virgo. I love Virgos. Don't get me wrong. Don't come for me. But you know how you are. But anyway, let's see. So spirit. So I don't know where we get these conversations. Like we have to. The spirit comes in and out. The spirit's constant, or protection. I have a birthright of divine protection from birth. I didn't have to do anything to deserve it. I didn't have to do anything to have it. And I find it really odd how even the metaphysical, like you have to put these crystals around for protection. I'm like, why? That's my birthright. I came into this world knowing that I had spirit and divine protection. And I find that a little odd and strange too. So anyways, so let's get through that. I am protected from birth. I am connected is my birthright. So spirit is around me all the time. So now is what the challenge was for me to tune in like a tuning fork. If spirit's always there, then where am I not listening? Where am I not hearing it or understanding it or feeling it? And a lot of things that I do in life, I can't explain it, but my spirit sits back into my psyche. This is about the only thing I know how to explain it. It sits back in there, and it is like in a divine space constantly. And once, like I'm driving or something like that, all of a sudden I hear, Sheila, don't turn there. And I'm like, what? What? You know what I mean? It's not always audible. It's not all, it's maybe a thought. Maybe it's the loudest thought I have that at that moment type of a thing that gets my attention. And I think my divine gets my attention any way possible. In any capacity. If they're going to touch me, make my thought louder. Audio. I mean, I could hear somebody. I remember hearing somebody yell, screaming, "Help! Help! Help!" I'm like, what is that? I know that I'm the only person in this house. Help! 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 And I finally went to go find out what it was, and my dog was almost dying. But the dog didn't yell help. Right? The dog did not yell help. So these are the things I think that's where they come in. My job is to be open to it. I say it all the time. Talk to me. Be here. I'm willing. I'm here. I'm willing to listen. That's how I connect. That's about the only thing that I really, really need to do is I'm here. I'm here. Talk to me. I'm open. I don't even care if there's a ghost. I really don't. I'm like, it's like a human, like, what can you do to me? Right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it. And if you've got a high vibration, or you're keeping your, I don't want to say your spirits high, if you're keeping your thoughts high, your ego high, and also you're connected to your higher vibration, that an awareness of it, then you're not going to attract anything that's of that lower vibration. And
Yeah.
that's always my thought, is that I'm divinely protected, so
Yeah.
I'm all good. And I've had people say, "You mean you haven't had anybody come in to get you?" And I'm like, "No,
Mm-mm.
they're not getting through this room."
No, it's my
Pretty full
birthright of
room.
protection, and I believe in that birthright of protection.
Yeah.
A lot of times I think maybe I really don't know. I always tell people, when you're looking for a partner, whatever you do not beg for one when you're vibrating really low, because the swamp creatures come in. Whatever vibration you are, don't ask for that partner, because that's when the swamp creatures will meet that. Or you can go high vibrating and ask for a partner to come in, and you'll get the divine partner that you're really, really looking for. And I think that has a lot to do with any experience you have in life as well. When you're down here in the low vibration, and when you're low, this is not a secret. When you're low,
Sure.
you're playing with jealousy and hatred and blah, 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 all that. You're in your low. And if you're begging for a different experience while you're low, you're going to get a different experience in the lowness. So what the exercise with the reality is you go do something high vibrating, something that makes you happy. You know what I used to do when I was really, 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 really poor, no money whatsoever, wondering when the next, and I used to just try to vibrate as much as I could to bring in abundance. I would literally take my pennies and go to the Salvation Army. I love pink, absolutely love pink, and I'll go spend a dime or $1 that I did or didn't have, and get me something pink, because that pink made me feel high vibrating. You see, I didn't have to pay $1 million to get up that high vibrating, or I would go up a tree, anything, whatever it is, go get that high vibration. Then you sit there and ask for things that you may need or help with or understanding. And then the help and understanding will come in high vibration information versus low vibration information. Does that make any sense?
It does. It does. And also, I like the idea of rewards, like rewarding yourself because you're doing it. You're on your program, whether that's I cleaned off my desk, or I cleaned off my soul, or whatever, or what I thought was going on there. But yeah, I give myself lots of little rewards for doing things. I think that keeps your brain active and kind of inserts that thing in there that you'll want to do something.
Yeah, and this brings your thoughts, your whole thing, even if it's just slight, it's enough to keep you going.
Yeah. 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 Sometimes, well, the other day, I like to go to the thrift stores. So I love a thrift store. So yeah.
Me too.
I was, oh, well, then yeah.
I'm a thrifter.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I do. So, yeah, so I'll go in and I'm like, okay, if you get this done, honey, you get to go to the thrift store and buy yourself something special today.
Exactly. I love, and I always call it recycling clothes, or I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna go find some recycling shirts. That's what I always call it. Just go
I
recycle.
love it. I love it. I love that shirt you've got on too.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Um,
It's a moo.
oh, is it a caftan, Moo?
It's a what?
Is it like a
Yeah, an
caftan?
Afghan. Yeah, like two. Yeah, Afghan. Yeah,
Oh my God, I love those. I've got so many of those.
yeah.
They're so comfortable. That's the best. I love this. Um, so, okay. What else did I want to ask you? Being vulnerable and trust. I love that you just do that requesting kind of energy. Like I know I'm divine. So I'm not gonna ask for this. I'm gonna request this.
Right.
And
I know that I'm divine. Help me believe it.
yeah.
More the conversation. Like, I need help believing in that. It's already there. It's like walking into an orchard of an apple orchard. The apples are in the tree. Help me get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Climb that tree.
Yeah.
Well, and I think we're kind of taught, especially as sensitives or empaths, to ask nicely, be polite, ask nicely.
Sure.
And it's nice to be courteous, but also to know that it's ours. I
Yes.
mean, it's here. It's for somebody. It might as well be ours, right? All that energy, and to ask the universe, request what you want. So I think that's beautiful. And do you have like a practice that you do on a daily basis, or is life a practice? What's
Life is a practice. So a lot of people talk about, I meditate every day.
Mhm.
I'm connected, and I'm like, I meditate 24/7.
Yeah.
Now I might sit down and enjoy a meditation in the woods. Sit down, just relax, be there, feel it. Right. I
Mhm.
might enjoy something like that. However, and let me explain the meditation every day. I choose to connect to divine. Well, I'm already connected. I choose to acknowledge and be willing to experience divine that day. That's a better way of putting that. I choose to be willing and open to experience divine that is already here every single day. And that is my constant meditation. I'm in a meditative state of mind. When I'm talking to somebody, I need to check my what I'm saying, why I'm here, what's going on, is there a message? All of that's going on in like split seconds. But it is a practice of that divine experience that I walk through life with. It didn't come to me like natural, like some people. I see some people like they were born that way, and they just, at 5 years old, I'm watching this spiritual being just be who they are. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
I had to come out of the mucky muck of being taught in an organized religion and come up out of that to realize that I am in ceremony every day. That makes
Well,
sense.
yeah, you
So
cracked
the
that.
rituals, there's no like solid rituals, but I do. I what I do is I have a lot of experiences. All the things I want to have around me, and when I go on trips, I sage my car. You know what I mean? When I give a gift, or if I want something from somebody, it's called opining. So I opine. Like I want you to do something. Either I'll pay them or give them a gift or whatever, and I opine, and I give them that honor of respect and things like that. I do not take anything from the earth without giving back. These are just if that's what a ritual is, but that's just a whole being, just how you are every day.
A
I
way of
think.
life.
Yeah, a way of life. A way of life.
Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, Sonia, we are important, right? Definitely we are.
Yes.
Oh, and Sharon Sipes here. So congratulations, Sharon.
I think she won something
Sure.
yesterday on Mr. Kevin's
She
thing.
won big. She won big.
Yeah,
Yeah, she did. She
I know.
did.
I put in a a thing for her when he wanted everybody to
vote.
vote. Yeah, I put it.
Yeah. 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 She's amazing. She's always out there, and Viviani and
Yep.
Teresa and
Yep. And heart.
Lisa.
I did heart feathered something. Oh gosh,
Annie Bear Seven Feather.
maybe that's who it was.
Here.
But
Yeah.
I
Annie's
also
great too. Yeah. She's amazing. And
I
Cat
couldn't
Mama.
pick with just one.
Yeah, I know. There's so many. Oh my God. It's
I want them
amazing.
all. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, do you want to read some cards while we're here?
Sure. What are we doing?
Okay. Let's see. I've got one here. If anybody's got any questions or wants a card today, let us know.
I agree. Enough about me. Let's go be.
No. I loved hearing about you. It's amazing. It was beautiful. Somebody's asking about. Annie Bear is asking about Lindsey Graham.
What do you want to know about Mr. Lindsey Graham, who went over to Ukraine and sat in front of President Zelensky, and out of his mouth says, "Yeah, a lot of Russians die."
Yeah.
And you can't beat that. I was like, "Wow, Lindsey."
Right.
You just went against your party, like severe, and two, I'm not sure Zelensky would agree with all of the death. He just wants to win. You know what I mean? He wants to keep his country.
Yeah.
But anyways, what is the question?
Save his people. He doesn't want to kill more people.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonia. Okay, we're getting some people that want a card too, so that's great.
He badmouthed Russians' war, and they're not pleased. I agree with you.
Yeah. So do you want to read on will Lindsey Graham get it in trouble for this?
Well, let's see what the fallout of Mr. Lindsey Graham and his mouth. But I mean, like I was saying before, it's not like we all haven't thought about it, but we don't need to say that out loud.
No.
And I don't think Zelensky took it that he just we're gonna win. We're gonna win, Zelensky, he's just happy to have had any party help him, any country help him.
Yeah, I think he wants the recognition too of having. I mean, I would say yes to having Lindsey Graham come over if I was trying to save my world.
Yep.
I'd say like yes to a lot of people coming over. So.
Oh. What'd you get?
You go ahead. You're the guest.
All right. Well, Lindsey Graham broke their hearts. The strength of Lindsey Graham broke their hearts.
Oh.
So there's that. I'm talking just the Republican Party because they're not going to be happy with what he said.
Yeah.
But he has to go ham now and finesse, talk his BS and all of that, and juggle the fallout of his words. So he's going to be doing a lot of that. But the future, ironically, this is the bad part about it. He's going to take some heat for it, but he's still going to come out like, I'm Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
And he's still going to be right there with them. He's going to take a lot of grief, but he's still going to be Lindsey Graham for the Republican Party.
Yeah, they just love him, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, he gets through so much, and all he has to do is go cry about something, and he is a drama queen, I swear. Okay, so I get Just Breathe. So he's going to be creating some space with this, breathing through it. And then I get the Bouquet. So he's still got abundance. He is connecting all these flowers, all these different gifts from all different places, and trying to create some energy, some like a dance kind of. He's just bringing in all this energy from all different people. And because he wants a contract, he wants to get reelected He wants to stay in the ring with all the other government officials. And then on the bottom of the deck is the goddess. So he's still got it. He's still that little queen mother, we'll say, in his party.
Yeah, it looks like we got the same thing. Like he's,
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really, yeah. Pinocchio, Sonia, right? Yeah. Pinocchio.
So I read last night that the debt ceiling, that President Biden and McCarthy has come to an agreement on the
Yeah.
debt ceiling. I think I read the whole thing. It does look like President Biden really came out on top. He didn't make sure that the veteran stuff wasn't messed with and all of that. And I think he came out on top of that. I'm pretty sure the conservatives or his base, McCarthy's base, is not going to like this. However, I do want to read if they're going to get the votes for it to move to the Senate. So once it moves to the Senate, I'm pretty sure it's pretty safe and okay, and it'll work. And the debt ceiling will be raised and all of that. But I want to read what the House of Representatives, all the lawmakers there, if it's going to pass the House.
Okay.
This new deal. All they need is 5, right?
Yeah.
But we'll see. Let's see if it's going to, if they're going to vote on it and if it's going to pass.
Sonia, that's funny. Instead of growing a nose, it just gets browner.
Very true.
Yeah.
For entertainment purposes, absolutely, Sonia.
Yep.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, Mar-a-Lago, this is the Mar-a-Lago, the Roach Motel of Trump. Poverty. He doesn't like it. There's going to be the Trump base is not going to like this at all. Poverty. They want to restrict. They want to take away. So they are not going to vote for that. But I do have the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So there are going to be some that are going to move over. That they're going to do the work. They're going to work. They're going to do the work and move to the other side. The Ace of Wands gives me a lot of hope that they've chose to do the work instead of keep to the base. I do see the love of the Democrats. I have the Queen of Cups. The love of the Democrats.
Wow.
So I'm not sure I'm talking it right, like the Democrats, love of the bill, love of the thing. So I see that too. And I also see the future planning and progress in the sun. I do think it's going to pass the House. I do see the sun and the future planning and the progress of it.
Wow.
What'd you get?
That's great. Well, I get the Knight of Cups. So there's information coming in. First, just energetically, I get that they're going to go round and round. Somebody's going to want to be standing in front of the camera at the mic, and it's they might take their time. They're moving rather slowly with this. So, and then I get the Page of Wands. So, could be some. This would be good, yeah. The Page of Wands.
The Page of Wands is that beginning of, the Page of Wands for you, whatever it means to you. But to me, it feels like the Page of Wands is that beginning, that birth of a new idea beginning.
And this might be the birth of some of the Republicans splitting with the other Republicans too.
Right.
This might be the birth of that, because I get that some people are going to be just hanging around. They're going to be the hanged man.
Maybe the new Republicans that showed up, not the old ones, but the new ones are the ones that are going to shift.
Yeah. Oh, that would make sense. That would make sense. And then I get the high priestess.
Oh.
So I would think that that's going to be good, that they're going to come in and clean things up, because nothing's black and white anymore, is it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So they're going to have to clean things up and kind of look at themselves and look within and see what's inside. What do they really mean? What are they really about? Is it, taking care of the uber rich still, or is it going to be taking care of the people?
Exactly right. Good cards. Okay, since the other political questions, I'll just take over, Terry.
No, I want you to do it. Do it. I never read political, but I'm not adverse to it, because I think that, as spiritual community, oftentimes we turn our back on it, and that's not right, because it's in front of us, right? It's affecting everybody out there.
It really
So,
does.
Yeah.
So there was a rumor going around that Trump was going to be indicted Friday. I even put it on my community page. Like, I heard it from a friend, right? However, it didn't happen. So now I want to know either Tuesday or Wednesday. So I want to put both of those days, because you know how it is when we get times. It's very hard to get times. Then I want to see how strong the cards are for Trump to be indicted by Jack Smith, Tuesday or Wednesday. I know.
Tuesday of Wednesday of next week.
Tuesday or Wednesday of next week.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I want to see how strong your cards are. If that's going to be a true, time frames. I know. It's like time frame, spirit's time, and our concept of time misses the mark constantly. I get it.
Right?
But we try. But I want to see how strong our cards are for Tuesday or Wednesday for Trump to be indicted by Jack Smith. See what you get.
Okay.
I can hardly breathe on Wednesday. What do you? Oh,
you go ahead. You're the guest.
Okay. I'm having a hard time breathing on Wednesday, so I don't know if he gets it on Tuesday and he's panicking on Wednesday, or if he gets it on Wednesday. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Okay. My first up is Judgment and the Ace of Cups.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so there's a yes. My second set is the Empress and the Hermit gets put away. He might actually get arrested on this one. He might actually get arrested, and I hope they send a female FBI agent. Then I hear the due diligence, and then the hard work and the productivity. This is Jack Smith, the hard work, and then the productivity, him on his horse going to do it. And then I get the Hierophant, and then, of course, the lawyers are involved, the choices to be made after the Hierophant, after the judge. Oh, my gosh. What'd you get?
Wow. Jackhammer time, Sonia says. I love that, Sonia. That's hilarious. He's trying to get away with it.
Sure.
Still trying to get away with it, but he's looking over his shoulder. And who does that look like?
Judgment!
Yeah.
What?
Jack Smith's coming in, honey. He's coming in. And death. I get the death card. So he's going down. It's going down. It's all about money. The Queen of Pentacles. So, and did you have the King of Pentacles? Who did you have?
No, I didn't have any Pentacles.
You didn't have any Pentacles. So,
no.
Yeah. So I get that, and the Hierophant. So, yeah, they're going to figure it out. They're looking at everything. I get that's a yes.
I know. I got a yes. You got a yes. So now, Divine, is it Tuesday or Wednesday? It's coming.
Do you use a pendulum ever?
I do. I do. I took all of my stuff with me to Sedona, so I have everything in my bag.
Oh, I love it. And you've
So
got
I don't.
bags too to
Thank
carry
you.
everything in.
I always try to. I love bags. I am addicted to bags, and I use bags at the grocery store. I use bags at the. I go anywhere. I bring my own bag in. There's that, and then I try to curb my appetite and my obsession with bags by making sure that somebody made them or they're from a special place.
Yeah, I do too. When I go on vacation, I buy bags for the grocery store because
Yes,
they're easy to carry home. They, nothing, and then it makes it fun if I have to go to the grocery store. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I bought that in Greece or I bought that in
I
wherever."
do the same thing. Yeah, I always bring and you can fold a bag and plop it anywhere in your suitcase, let me tell you.
Yeah, yeah,
And you
yeah.
can hold so much more. I mean,
I
if
need
you
the
have,
relief bags though,
okay, I don't know
literally.
if you guys can see
Oh, that's beautiful.
my pendulum.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So look at those old lady arms. Okay, so here we go.
I want to talk about it.
I know. Let's hide that.
We'll cut that out.
Right. Okay. So let's do Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, you wanna do it at the same time?
Sure.
Okay, what's your yes?
My yes is up and down.
That's mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my yes.
All right. So the energy of that. So will Trump Tuesday or Wednesday? It's slightly yes. Yours is
Mine's not
really going.
that's
Mine,
that's not a huge one for me.
yeah.
So,
It's hard for me to keep my hands.
yeah, yeah.
So
But,
I'm going to do it down here. Let me see it because I
okay.
usually keep my hand really, really small. Will Trump Tuesday or Wednesday? And I still get a yes.
I do too. I get a bigger yes when I put my arm down.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you're right. I never do that, but you're right.
Yeah, I always start my pendulum when it's really, really, really still.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that Sheila's not involved in the answer.
Yeah, right? Tell me. Oh, cat mama. Jackhammer time. I love it.
Camera.
That's so funny. Okay.
I want to let's do
Mama
one
said
more just
one
out of
day at a time.
just out of
Oh, okay.
S and G's.
Okay.
I want to do one. Is he going to be actually handcuffed and arrested?
Okay.
Because I think that's a
the
big
card.
deal. Are they going to? Oh, I really get nothing.
Are they going to arrest him? I get a yes. Will we see it? That's free will. I don't know that we're going to see it.
Me either. Mine
Will
is
they-
like
will
as
they move the
still
choice?
as possible. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't get any.
Yeah.
Oh well, people.
Yeah.
You know what? As soon as maybe one of these days we'll actually get a real mug shot that we can put on t-shirts, but not yet. I don't think.
It might be too soon for his people to see that too.
Well, we're not worried about that.
Okay.
Not at all.
Yeah.
No, they have terrorized us long enough that we almost have a little blind side when it comes to their feelings. Like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
So, all right, that would be awesome. But yeah, I think there's a yes. So don't hold us to Tuesday or Wednesday because, like I said, it's really hard to get the time zone. But it is happening.
Oh,
We
I
both
bet.
got strong yeses.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to happen.
For sure. All right.
What else? Do you want to read on anything else or?
Let's see, what else is hot in the Ken Paxton. So Ken Paxton is the somebody's gonna come up with it. Ken Paxton is in Texas. He is the district attorney in Texas. So the House of Representatives, the House in Texas voted to impeach him. So he is impeached. It's heading to the Texas Senate. And I want to know if the Texas Senate is going to convict him and throw him out. Right now, he has, because of his impeachment, he has to stop all work. So all work is done. And he has also been calling people while they were voting, while they're on the House floor, you vote for me and I'm going to make your life miserable. He's already threatening, right? And so I want to know if the Senate in Texas, their Senate in Texas is going to convict him and kick him out. And in Texas, if you are convicted by the Senate and removed, that is almost guaranteed to be criminally charged on the outside.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, let's see.
Well,
Let's
the
see what
Senate. Okay.
I love the fact that you're going in cold, honey. Your cards are more exciting than mine.
I don't know that they are.
I love it.
It's definitely a stretch, but it is fun. I'm having fun with it. Yeah, you're pushing me. I like that.
Yeah, so let's see what Kim Paxton. I'm also going to be on Sherry's tonight. Sherry. Is it Sherry? Yeah, it's Sherry's. I just wanted to announce that while I was thinking about that.
Oh,
Sherry's,
yeah, I'm glad you did.
Sherry's channel. I'm pretty sure Sharon knows who I'm talking about. Sharon Sipe. You know who I'm talking about, Sherry. I'm going to be on her channel tonight at 6 o'clock my time.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Maybe it's Swampy. My memory sucks.
Oh, yeah. Sherry's, this is from the swamp. That's right, Swampy. Yeah, Cat Mama. Cat Mama knew it before us.
At least I think so. I need to email her. Dude. Anyways. Squirrel.
Well, mine are good, but you go.
That is true. That's a good point to point out, Sonia. His ex-wife. Is this his ex-wife? I thought it was his actual wife that is in the Senate. Are you sure it's his ex-wife? Because if it's his ex-wife, we can guarantee she's going to vote for him to be gone.
Right?
No ex-wife is going to go, yeah, we're going to hold him to a high esteem.
Yeah.
Ex for a reason.
To do that. Definitely.
All right. Here we go. Let's see what we got. They're doing the hard work. Hierophant. Oh! I got some really, yeah. Oh, battle. Oh, yeah, lost. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, he's going to lose for sure. Okay, so I have the hard work, right? All of his work, he's really stressed out about what he's been doing.
Wow. Yeah.
What he's been doing behind the scenes and all that. We think that, if the Republicans are getting rid of a criminal, because he's been, indicted for, years, if the Republicans are getting rid of their own little criminal, he must have done something horrid that we don't know about. And that is where he's really, really worried about people finding out what he has done behind the scenes. This is what he's really worried about. And he's going to have to, he has the Hierophant. That means he's going to be fighting with a judge in front of a judge. He's going to have his own lawyer in front of a judge. And then I got also loss. The star is also loss and judgment. So judgment, loss for him.
Wow.
I also get the Hermit. He's going away and not being paid anymore.
Whoa, that's a big deal. To not get paid after that cushy government job.
Woo, woo.
I love it. I
love it for him.
I do too. So I get the Queen of Swords. So she's sitting in judgment. She's watching. She's looking at him.
That's probably his ex-wife. If that's his ex-wife, she's like.
That's what I was wondering when you said that. I thought, oh, there's a fight going on. Mm-hmm. So it might be hard work to get this passed. I don't know. Or else this is the mess that he made. That could also be that. There's choices. So he might not like all the choices or he might not see all the choices. But there's lots of emotions in this. And then I'm sorry. It's all
Oh,
falling apart.
Mr. Paxton, this sucks for you.
And I think he's been juggling funds. So I think there's funds moving around. Maybe he's trying to pay people off, or but he's moving stuff around. He might be trying to hide money.
That would make more sense than anything else. He can be a criminal all he wants, but don't steal from them.
I wonder if he's trying to hide money from overseas. If somebody paid him, because I do know a little bit. I read a little bit about him, and they said that he had backed 45's election. So I wonder who paid for that.
Probably Mr. Russia.
Yeah. So do you think that I just got one hit on that. Abbott. Does Abbott would he have the right to stop that?
He could pardon him if he goes to criminal, but he can't stop him from being ousted from the House and the Senate. Just like if the president would not have been able to stop somebody who being impeached into the Senate is out. The president can pardon them if he is criminally charged, but that's it.
Oh, okay. Sharon says, and hide money from the wife. Oh.
Yeah, I think it's his actual wife, but I'm not overly sure. But if it's his ex-wife,
yeah,
he gone.
Yeah, right. That's the end of that one.
Yep.
This is fun. I love this, Sheila.
Yes, it is. It is a lot of fun. I know. Especially when the cards don't lie. Like I remember somebody coming into one of my lives and they're like, you are manipulating the cards. I'm like, for one thing, do you think I have enough power to speak for spirit? I'm not sure I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have that. I don't have that. That's not my job. I can't speak for spirit.
Yeah.
And the second thing on that was the cards have been telling us exactly who the Republicans were for years. Right? Yeah. I'm not going to believe them. I'm not going to believe that, but I will believe spirit. Right. And so once they have literally have explained to us, and everything that we have been for the last 2 or 3 years, all those political readers, everything is starting to come true again and again and again.
So I did do a little read on that. Spirit came in this week, and I was listening because they kept knocking at my head, and talking about how things are changing. I got like a deja vu and a hit all at the same time. So I was like, okay, this is coming up. But yeah, I think somebody has stinky fish, like stinky skin, like skin falling off, like little bits and pieces are falling off, and we're starting to see what's underneath, and it stinks. They've been covering it up. So I think that there's going to be some big stuff coming out that they've been covering up.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you want to read on that?
Yeah. What would be the question? Yeah.
No. Is there going to be an imminent exposure of information?
Ancestor Linker says, wow, right in front of our eyes, Sheila has transformed Terry into a political reader.
I know, I'm having too much fun.
Woot, woot.
Oh.
That is so much fun. Okay, so what did you want the question? I'm sorry, ADD again.
Oh, okay. No, it's okay. Me too. Okay. Is there imminent disclosure coming out about some sort of a political cover-up within the GOP? A large.
I don't even know if we need cards for this, but my first is like Jack Smith, once he indicts Trump, he's going to release all of his evidence.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We're going to find out why he was indicted, unless there's somehow, some way, something like what, but no, we're going to find out. And let's read on this. Let's see if there's going to be any lawmakers, like from the House of Representatives or the Senate, that are also going to be connected to this indictment.
Okay.
Let's see if that
lawmakers. Okay.
MTG and her baby. I think MTG was spoofed. At first, I thought that she announced that MTG was announcing that she was pregnant and she was holding a pregnancy test. And then I went back, I announced it, right? And I went back to look at it, and it was because she was holding up that chapstick and somebody put a pregnancy test there. I'm like, oh, she was being spoofed. we had fun anyway. Because I was like, she needs to be spayed.
She does. Bless her heart, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go to see if there's going to be any connection to the House. Any lawmakers from the House or the Senate are going to be connected to that indictment. I'm slow.
No, you're good. You're good. I already see Lindsey crying.
Huh. This is weird. Okay, so this is really weird information that's coming through as I laid down my cards, okay? This is opportunity, like this is also delusion, but this is opportunity, like so many choices.
Yeah.
That the Emperor has. Lots of choices. 7 maybe, because the 7 choices, the 7 choices that they have, wish and stuff. So then I got the World and walking away. So is it like this? Like Jack Smith gets a hold of him and says, this is coming down the pike. You have an opportunity to stay here, or you have an opportunity to leave because the world's going to find out. Or the opposite of that is that the world finds out and then they are made to leave. Mm-hmm. They're being forced out. So one way or another, the world and then some of the lawmakers leaving is connected. So, and then I see the poverty and the thievery. This is also could be stealing and the thievery, stealing and the thievery and the lying and the cheating and the evidence with the lawmakers.
What is that one on the right or on the?
I had the 5 of Pentacles, and then I had the 7 of Swords.
7 of Swords, yeah.
So the poverty and the lying and the cheating and the stealing and the money and the theft and all that. And then I got Hangman with some Queen of Pentacles. Oh. Now, is this the women? Is this Marjorie Taylor Greene, since we were talking about her? Is this some of the things that are happening? The Queen of Pentacles is also the one that is in charge. Collectively getting everybody together, the party planner.
Do you think it's Nancy that she had gotten all this information together?
No, not Nancy.
Okay.
No. Nancy Pelosi, she probably knows about it, but more than likely this is Liz Cheney.
Oh.
Handing over information. But I'm talking about a lawmaker in the Senate who is possibly Marjorie Taylor Greene, because it's a female, that she was the planner. She was the party, she was the one that got everybody together and orchestrated all of this.
Whoa.
The hangman of the Queen of Pentacles. So that's very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you get?
Well, I got the Magician. So he's pulling something out of his hat. Somebody is well, let's go ahead and look some more. Somebody's stuck. So they're not moving up from this. They've got to be careful where they're at. They're looking at 4. So it could be they're looking at 4 years. They're looking at 4 lies. Could be four guys. Whatever it is, it's coming in fast. So, and it's, so same card. Yeah. Yeah, this could be somebody that's stealing or somebody that needs something. So probably somebody stealing. And I got Mar-Largo coming
Mm,
up.
mm.
So
Connected to the indictment, Trump.
yeah, yeah. And then I get that they made a pact, a contract. They came together, and then that's that
A
man and that
plan.
woman.
Yep.
Yeah, that man and that woman that came in, and uh, the Page of Swords. So that would be information coming in about
How early the stages, the early that there was. I think he's
um,
picking up on the beginnings of when this all started, which I think was the moment Trump announced he was his presidency,
yeah,
or even
yeah,
before.
wow, yeah, yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Are you okay on time?
Yes, I'm okay on time. What time
Okay.
is it? Okay, 2:16. Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Annie Bear asked. Oh,
will the paid for pardons be made null and void? Gosh, I wish I knew that. I don't know if that energy is in that they're so far with that. I don't even know if legally they could do that. So this is definitely a question. I'll look into it right now, but this is definitely a question to be had after like his indictments and getting through that, because as of right now they're not going to do anything about him. I just feel that. I think because it'll have to hit the legal of the whole thing, and I'm not sure that our Supreme Court would ever.
not right now. Not the current Supreme Court. Would it? Do
But let's
anything
look
about
into
it?
that.
Yeah.
I want to just kind of take a temperature on that. Will the pardons that he made be null and void? I mean, who would make that stand? You know, those pardons, especially those pardons that were. I said that a long time ago. I said Trump is selling pardons. I felt that a long time ago that Trump was selling pardons, and that's what came out with Giuliani. That he said that they were selling pardons for $200 million, and they, him and Trump were going to split it. But I said that probably before he lost the election. I said Trump is trying to sell pardons, make money
Wow.
off of them. That's why some random weird ones showed up.
Mm. Yeah. Annie Bear says 45 time in office was stolen, illegal, nulls.
I
Yeah,
believe
that's
it.
gonna be a quagmire, isn't it?
Yep, I think the justices that he put in need to go.
Uh-huh. Definitely. Definitely. So what are we reading on?
So we're reading if the pardons, if they're going
Oh,
to
yeah.
anybody that was pardoned, if they're going to make them null and void.
Pardon's gonna be null and void.
Unfortunately, they're not going to touch it.
Yeah.
At this point in time, they're just not going to touch it. I got the King of Pentacles, and they're working on it, right? They're working on that and their thought process. But I also get the Hangman. That means looking at it in a different way. And then I also got the what is this? The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups partnering. Like that's almost like everybody agreeing that we're not going to mess with that, because I got the Ace of Wands and the stress over it. It's a lot of stress. That's a lot to go through. That's a lot of, it's a huge amount, an undertaking to go through to get those null and void. And I get nobody's willing to take it up right now.
Yeah, I got that too.
And the choices are hard. The choices are difficult to make.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think that they're looking at that right now. Kind of my first intuition, but they might down the road. They might.
Yeah. Yeah. They've got a lot on their plate right now. Yeah. I mean, it's just, there's so much going on, and abundance of things happening right now with the Empress. So,
that is true. They have so many other bigger fish to go after. other than
Yeah.
the ones that were pardoned.
Yeah. There's just so much. They're really stuck. I mean, really, really stuck with everything that's going on. Just working really hard to get it all done. Um, you know, it's there's so much that's happened that they're looking at that they don't even have time to look at what's new or um, other ideas because there's big stuff here. There's more stuff over here that's happened that they're looking at. But I do get a new beginning. So would that be the Ace of Swords? What would you call that? A new beginning?
A new thinking, a new
New
mental
thinking.
capacity, a new brilliant idea. So it could be coming, like your cards may have brought up that might be an idea in the future that they can definitely look at that. But I think you're right. They just have a lot. I mean, we have a lot to grieve over right now.
Yeah.
And getting through what actually happened while Trump was in. You know what I mean? It's like everything that we're going to find out through Jack Smith's indictment is going to probably be jaw dropping.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not to us because we felt the deepness of it and how far it goes in the darkness. I mean, we felt it, we know it, but for it to be said out loud in the public arena is going to still, the details are probably going to still be on them, not us, right? So, all right, is there anything else?
Let's see. Anybody else? Let's see.
Yes, thank you, Sharon. The most requested cards are these tarot cards with keywords. You can use them inverted or verted.
I love those. I'm going to get some of those.
Yeah, I got them off of Etsy. The link is right there to get them off of Etsy.
Oh, wonderful.
They really help me a lot because sometimes we only get stuck with just one word for one card. And these cards just mean so many different things. And I'm not about to, memorize everything. I'm just not. But the cards are a tool. If they're a tool, then I'm going to use that tool to the best of my ability, which I read the words on there, and whatever word is on there that highlights what the feeling that I'm getting as I'm throwing it. There you go. Planetary grid activity. What is that?
So we do this meditation that there's a grid, a power grid outside the earth, and it connects the ley lines. And as the planet ascends and there's more light coming in, then this is like a conductor of the grid. I think that's what you're asking for, right, Annie Bear?
Okay, so the first thing that I see as I'm reading that, because I have no understanding what the planetary grid activity is, I keep on seeing, say, the volcanoes are sparking to it. The earthquakes are sparking to it.
Yeah.
Like this is so it's like having a thunderstorm walk through a town, and the ground and the lightning are connecting, and the grid is more powerful than the lightning, and it is sparking with the volcanoes and earthquakes and I don't know why whales. I don't know why I said that. I don't know what that is, but this says whales. Like the whales.
Whales all week last week in all our meditations. The whales.
The whales?
The whales.
Really? Because that's what it says. It's like connecting and sparking with the whales.
I'm getting a big hit. So it's that sonar.
Yeah. Like they're communicating. So, oh my God. So the whales. Hold on. Let me get my thoughts right because it's like so exciting to listen to this. So the whales are communicating to the spark as in not I don't even know what this is, like all I can think of it in my own little pea brain is like earth conversations. Like, okay, so I'm going to put it down like in what I would understand it. So the whales are swimming around. They're like, hey, yo, dude, there's a crack here. You know what I mean? In the earth, here's the information. And it's like relaying the information back and forth. And it's like, it's a beautiful communication that this arc and this grid is happening, not with us, but with other more powerful that can handle it. Our bodies are not equipped to handle the electrical chart. I'm talking out my butt. All I'm doing is saying what I'm saying.
No, you're right. You're right.
So our bodies are not. It would, if we got that arc, it would blow us up, literally, like a literal, like. But there are more powerful things on the earth that it's communicating and talking to and arcing with.
Yeah.
And what is it saying? I'm asking, what is it saying to each other? What is it saying to each other? So the community, it's like a temperature of the health of the earth, the temperature, the communication of the health of the earth, like what's going on here, and what is the grid getting? Shifting. So shifting. So it's almost like the picture that I get, you know how you have a lawn out in the front lawn and you have a bare spot over here of grass, and you take something from somewhere else and you put it here again, and you put the seed and you nurture it. And that's what the grid is doing to the earth, is nurturing the sore spots, the dead spots, the places that need to be taken care of. So when we get major floods in an area, it's just placing a fertilizer, a seed. It's planting something there for the health of the earth. And does this make any sense? Because I'm getting so much right now.
Yeah. It's making so much sense.
Okay.
So, and Annie Bear has been talking about how the whales are the most ancient animal on the planet right now. And they're the, what else did she say about them? Something beautiful. Anyway, but yeah, they hold the ancient energy of the earth.
Yes.
Whales hold the ancient energy of the earth, but also, as you know, the divine mother or Gaia, whatever you want to call her, as she's expanding and as she's shifting with the density of the earth, and there's all these new spaces coming in, she's breaking out in different spaces, and this energy is coming in, and that's where it's feeding. That's what I'm getting that you're saying, and what I'm getting from my team is that that's like a straw going in, and she's just, and then these cracks, these earthquakes, and I love that, the volcanoes. I mean, I don't love when they happen, obviously, but that's a connection to that completely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's where she's taking it in and letting out steam.
Yep.
So as we ascend, so she ascends, and we can't handle that energy yet.
No.
So we do some meditations for that on our channel, and we go to that grid and we hang on for a little bit, and we send energy to the earth, and then we turn around and we absorb energy. But I hadn't thought about the planet doing that at the same time, other than us being a conduit and the rays being a conduit. But yeah, totally. I love that.
Yeah. Okay.
Love that.
That was fantastic. And it feels so good to be there.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. And the shift is happening. The shift is happening whether we acknowledge it or know it or even feel it. If the shift is happening in the earth, I've always said this, and this, don't take offense. Don't come for me. I said, if the earth is alive, right? And if she thinks that we are harming her, she's going to get rid of her parasites.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The earth will live on. It's been here for millions of years. What will not live on is us if we're destroying her.
Yeah.
And therefore, that's the conversation I think we should have started with the beginning. Let's have a symbiotic relationship with the earth versus, pillage and take and rip out and, destroy and all of this, right?
Yeah.
So I believe, I always like the earth is dying. I'm like, nope, we are going to go before she does.
Yeah, she's in charge.
She's in charge. Yeah. She's going to take us all out.
Yeah, she doesn't really need us. We
I'll
need
be at the
her.
front going, yeah, let's start over, honey. Let's go.
Yeah.
Years down the road, let's start over. I don't like these Republicans. Let's get rid of them. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
She's got this. She's got this. She is, yeah. Yeah, we do talk about this in our morning meditations.
I would love to join. I am a serious, non-scheduling kind of person.
Well, if you're ever up at, it would be 6:11 your time.
You never
We're
know.
here. But we could do an afternoon one too sometime, you guys. We should do an evening or an afternoon one.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Candy Mullen's here, and Candy's got a new YouTube channel too. So I'm so happy for you, sister.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've got yeah, I believe that she's got this. I mean, she's like, for me, she's like a not a like we're mini creators, right? Like a pebble, but she is like a boulder or a rock, and she's a bigger creator, like on her way to being, a creator, her ascension. She's so much farther along, and she's got this. That's no problem.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Dang. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot. I love learning like through those conversations of what comes in. It's like, that's the thing is when I'm listening and open to hearing spirit, I pay attention to those. It's not a 2x4. It's a feather in my mind.
A whisper.
Yeah, a whisper. It's a feather. Yeah, like that light, that divine, that much, that light. That's the stuff that. And if I'm so talking in my head like that conversation, and so many emotions going on, I just don't hear it. And that's where the heal the mind, heal the body. Therefore, divine can come in, and the conversations are being heard. So
I love that. That's beautiful. That's our t-shirt today, everybody. That's divine. Our conversations are being heard. That's beautiful. Yeah. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for being here. It was certainly a pleasure to get to know you, and I hope you come back.
yeah,
I'd love to have you back.
and I was, when I get it together, I'll have you on my channel. I'm just waiting for the children to move out of the basement. They're gone. They're doing stuff today, but move out of the basement, and then I have my basement back and all of my energy back down here, and it's all mine.
I understand that completely.
And I get to plan whenever I want to. So,
well, and thank you everybody for being here, and all our mods. Thank you so much. So, everybody have a wonderful day, and a wonderful Memorial Day too. And thanks to everybody, all the people in service and our families, and have a great time. So namaste. The light in me sees the light in you, everybody. Bye-bye.
bye.